Hey, this is Steele from steelcss.com. I wanted to take a few minutes here to create a video on the T side of taking catwalk on DE Tuscan. Last week I made a video about playing it defensively as counter-terrorists, so now I'm going to explain how a terrorist team is supposed to work together to overwhelm and overcome the counter-terrorist defense over at a site. So the first thing I want to talk about is the actual catwalk without talking about splits or anything else. I'm going to talk about how you can bait flashes out of the counter-terrorists and hold catwalk control and thwart any pushes. So the first thing that I want to talk about is covering. So when I say covering, I mean someone has to play in the spot who's ready to peek catwalk, and if they see a flash coming, they're able to dodge from it or duck it. Now, if you know that you're playing against a team who likes to do counter flash or pop flashes a lot, then sometimes it's better to just hide right off the bat, and then as soon as you hear a flash go off, now you can peek out because you won't be blind. Sometimes I like to do this, where I'll listen for a flash to go out, and then I'll peek out wide, and then I'll let my teammate fall back on the tight angle. And this way, if there's a counter-terrorist who's going to peek out, I'm able to just shoot them from a wide angle. And then as soon as my teammate's unblind, I'm hiding again because I want to duck a flash. Now I was talking about my teammate who's going up. So this teammate is going to be the guy who's baiting flashes or baiting nades. And basically his job is to kind of have a feel of the enemy team. So if he knows that they're playing it by sound, then what he's going to do is he's going to come up here and he's going to make a little bit of noise, and he's going to walk back, and that's going to bait out a flashbang. There's going to be a flashbang going off so that a counter-terrorist can peek and push or whatever, or they're going to start throwing grenades from sewer box area. So basically he's going to come up and he's going to make noise, and he's going to bait out all types of different grenades and kind of get a feel for what the counter-terrorists are doing. If he starts getting grenaded and flashed, he knows that they're playing on kitty and sewer door is going to be exposed. If they're not throwing anything at all, then he's going to want to come up and he's just going to make sure that there's no one close in the closet box or sewer box. If there's no one here, then he knows that the counter-terrorists are playing in sewers. With this information, the team's able to react off of that and figure out what they want to do. If they want to smoke off door, smoke off mid, and do a heavy kitty execution, knowing that the counter-terrorists are in the sewer door, now they've blocked off any operators from mid, they get the bomb plant, and they just basically make sure that no one comes out the door. If the counter-terrorists are playing on kitty, that's going to let the terrorists be able to do a kitty split through sewers. On a kitty split through sewers, you're going to have a player coming into sewers, either by himself or with one teammate. Usually on a gun round, you won't have more than 2 people. The angles to look out for when you're coming up is anyone playing in this angle, anyone playing close angle like this, anyone playing in this close cubby corner, again like this, you just want to make sure that you're clearing out these angles, and then when you're at this point here, you're going to ask your teammate to flash. And the reason why you ask them when you're all the way down there is because your teammate's going to be back here protected, and then as soon as you ask for a flash, they're going to come out, which takes a second, and they're going to throw a flashbang for you to come out. That flashbang is going to disable anyone's sewer box, and as soon as that pops, you open the door and you're out. And your job is to kill anyone who's in the sewer box area or in closet box area, and then you can throw a flash over the site before you actually peek the site. It's also good to have your kitty player throw a smoke grenade so that you can actually just come and peek the site and clear a vagina box out just in one fluid motion. If you decide to send a player going through sewers immediately off the bat without clearing anywhere else on SA2 or SA1, then the way he's going to do it is by walking. He doesn't want to run past this point because he wants to be able to hear the counter-terrorists aggressing on them. He's going to walk peek this angle. Usually I like to jump fake peek this, because if there is an opera posted up, I know a player like a Drun likes to do this, and I'm sure other people have copied his style. They'll opt this short angle. So I'll usually jump bait a shot out like that, just to make sure there's no opera there. I still want to clear all the corners, and same thing over at this angle. I want to jump or just fake peek a shot. So if there's an op that shoots, I'm going to turn and chase right away, because I know that if there's an opper in sewers, they're going to be there by themselves. But once I'm at this point here, I say, okay, I'm ready whenever you guys are for a kitty explode, and then it's basically on to the rest of my teammates to figure out what they're doing at kitty and actually explode on the site. The last bit of information I can talk about for an A execution as a terrorist is middle presence. Usually you don't want to send the player who's back here holding middle. He's not going to come up middle because he's in such a great position here that he can shut down the entire B side flank rotation, but he can also cut off the rotation across middle from down here if he has a knock. So usually you're only going to send one player up middle, and you can do a wide range of smokes. A smoke like this is going to make sure that you don't get shot, and then your teammate can just post on SA2 flank. But a smoke that's a little bit deeper in, where it's going to smoke off right side and middle, is going to allow for you to come up and throw a flash into the site when your teammate's flashing kitty, and you can maybe throw another flash right side if you really want to, and you can split and come to the site like this. Another way you can do it is by throwing the smoke exact same spot, and then you flash site, but the only difference is instead of pushing the site, since your teammates are going to be collapsing on them from kitty and door, you can push right, and this right side push is going to get you into a great position to shut down any rotations through the house and also through CT spawn or back hall. I hope you guys are able to implement some of what I just told you right now into your teamwork and your strats, so that you're able to execute on A more successfully in the future. This has been another strat and setup video from steelcss.com. Remember to subscribe and check out the website, because more content like this is going up very soon. Enjoy.